Greetings everyone, I hope you're well and having a great day. I'm Donovan and welcome to Burned Out on Fixing Broken Stuff. This week's Chrysler Product Variety Show, we're gonna take a look at what's in the box. We'll check that out. That's a fun time segment, yeah, new things. And we're gonna see if we can finally repair our 1957 Power Wagon's power steering. Let's see if we can get that done. So much fun. All right, let's go. Let's check it out. Thanks for stopping by. What's in the box? That's a favorite segment. Yeah, what's in the box? Well, let's see what UPS has dropped off today for our viewing pleasure. Boy, it looks pretty beat. Okay, well, let's get it in the shop and see what we have. I sure hope we don't have to return this. Box doesn't look like it's in all that great a shape, so hopefully the contents inside are still okay. I see they pulled out my packing list, and I don't know why. There's the address is right there, so I'm not sure why they need it in there. Let's see what we have. Not too badly damaged. Looks like we have a welding cart here for our new machine. Yep, make cart assembly instructions. I figured since I don't have the materials to make this unit, it's a lot cheaper and more cost effective of my time to have just boned out the 230 bucks for one of these and spend the time getting it assembled. Yeah, those are nice casters. Heavy rubber, got some bearings inside of there, that's nice. Oh, my finger. Thank you. Yeah. So we'll go through all of our hardware here with our instructions and get this rig put together. Yeah, that's pretty heavy duty stuff right there. At least it looks like it in the bag. Yeah, bearings. Yeah. Heavy duty stuff. That's decent. Let's see what how the old tin content looks. Whether it's really thin or not. I believe it said it was in the 18 gauge range. Oh yeah, it's bowed in the middle, caved in. Got a bow to it. Maybe I'm too critical, but yeah, it'll probably all work out just fine. Yeah, it's got a pretty good hoop-de-doo there in the middle. Nothing a little setting it down and pressing on it, I guess, here and there, get it straightened out. Wow, this one's just warped up the center too. Nice and bent. Nothing like having a bunch of bent stuff. All right, well, whatever. I guess there's always the disappointment factor. But once again, I'll say it'd be simpler for me to put this together than it would have been to make one. So I'm going to go that route. Let's get it assembled. With our cardboard packing material laid out on the floor as a work surface to somewhat protect the coating on our welding cart here, I used some wood blocks and the application of a little bit of body weight to straighten out the warpage in the shelf in the floor section here. Application of the body hammer to straighten up the edges that are warped out and bent up and the like. I think we have some workable product now. So next up, we'll go ahead and take our components list and go through our bag of stuff here and make sure everything is where it should be. Okay, let's get into this. Having fun now, all right? All right. The finishing touches put on the wheel section of this. If Ryan was home, I'd give him a call and we'd take this, hook a tow rope to the back of my 16 Power Wagon. Let's do some highway surfing with this bad dad. That'd be a lot of fun, right? Crash helmet, 75 miles an hour. Boy, talk about the wheels coming off and heading for the ditch or oncoming traffic. That get real exciting. All right, on to the next step. With our verticals installed and left all flippy floppy here, is next up we want to install our shelving units. They say want this lip up, and that makes this lip down, so we have our shelves. Let's go ahead and get these started. And you were taught to always leave things loose before final assembly, right? You want to get everything installed and then tighten all the fasteners afterwards. Isn't that the way that works? Something like that. The old keep it simple, stupid method. Look at the dance moves on that thing. All right, secure the morale. We have all of our fasteners installed. And next up, we just need to tighten them all up. Get this welder off of this welder and onto this cart. So let's get to it. Progress. Progress. With all of our fasteners secured, our cart has lost all of its dance moves. I guess that's okay. So let's go ahead and move our new welder onto its new cart, get all the connections connected and get this up and running. With our welding cart all complete, welder moved over to its new home, hopefully high enough up off the ground. If my home floods again, it won't ruin the welder. So that completes this segment of what's in the box. Let's get back to our project. With a little bit more weld on our drag link, we want to go ahead and test our center line again, and we're all set to go there. It's pretty square. So the next thing we need to do is figure out whether or not we want to use this 69 D100 drag link, cutting it and manipulating it to fit our application here to get the contours that we need to reach from our steering link here to our pitman arm up here. And here is the driver's side steering stop for the left turn, and we'll want to look at the other side as well, which I already have. And somebody decided to weld that stop in place instead of using the jam nut and threads for adjustment, so that complicates the issue a little bit more on that side. What I think I'm going to do for now is take my drag link, the custom drag link that was made for the vehicle, because its hands are still in decent shape. I think I'll go ahead and fasten these in place and see what type of offset tubing arrangement I can make. And I think that's probably the way I'm going to go, but we'll just keep moving forward and see what happens. With our digital level installed and our drag link zeroed out level, you know, parallel to the ground, what I believe I'm going to do in order to offset, to meet the offset, is I'm going to come from this piece of tubing to the other piece of tubing at 3.5 inches, and then I can fish mouth that tubing out, overlap it to here, come to the opposite side here with a 3.5 inch piece of tubing that will overlap onto the back side of this one, fish mouth the tubing over and lay them together and burn that all together into one drag link. That way I get my offset. I'd really like to have a tubing bender that I could bend an S with, but I don't have anything and don't know of anything that can bend that tight of an S curve. So I'm going to take some tubing and overlap it from back side of that one to the front side of this one, and from the front side of this one, or the back side of this one over here, and weld them together. So hopefully I kind of explained that well enough, but we'll get on to it and it'll become more clear as we move forward. Next up in this adventure, cutting our tubing for our drag link. So we'll go ahead, we've got it chucked up in the vise. We'll go ahead and get our 3.5 inch mark measured here and marked. Then we'll go ahead and get our tubing cutter out and use our tubing cutter to give us a nice square cut here. Once we get our two pieces cut, we'll go ahead and figure out how to overlap them with the fish mouth cutting to determine the angle that will lay them out to get our S bend, if you will. So let's go ahead and get busy with our, yep, right on the mark, our tubing cutter here, and get on to the next step. So let's get this done. With our two pieces of tubing cut down to 3.5 inches, let's go outside and check out our power wagon and see if I can make heads nor tails sense of what I was saying earlier about overlapping these and making them into an S, so to speak. So what we'll do is we'll go ahead and turn on our, we'll set that up there and get our zero on, maybe. There we go. Then what we're going to do is we're going to extend this out to here with an overlap. We're going to notch this out and lay this down on that, weld it on there, and do just the opposite on the other side, laying them one over the other and forming up our drag link similar to that. So let's see how this works out for us. Go ahead and get this length here and mark index on here. And take a measurement to see how we're gonna have to fish mouth that out to fit that. Hopefully this will work. We'll figure it out. With our pieces of tubing cut and held together with a Rube Goldberg contraption of channel and hose clamps, zeroed out parallel to the deck, we'll go ahead and remove this, bring it back into the shop and tack weld it together, then bring it back out, install it, and send the steering through full range of motion, lock to lock. So that's what's up next. Let's get that done. With our tubing addition cut and fish mouth, I've chucked it up here on the fab table in a fixture. We'll go ahead and get some tack welds put on it and then go test the fit and get ready to make another piece of tubing. So let's get this thing burned together. With our drag link tack welded together and reassembled into place, we'll go ahead and give our steering a left turn to full lock and a right turn to full lock and test our success here. See whether or not we succeeded. So let's go ahead and give that a turn to the left. There's one turn around, quarter of a turn, and it's up against the stop. So we're maintaining our equidistance under the pivot, so we're not binding up our ball joint in our tie rod end, which is good. Same thing for over here, that's good. And down here, our steering knuckle is up against the stop. That's exactly what we want. Now, let me back out here and show you what I meant by we don't want to use our steering sector as the stop. So let me remove bear with me, I realize this is somewhat boring because we're not doing a big action scene here or anything. So we'll set that up there and I'll finish turning the wheel to the left and show that the sector, now the sector is at full play or full stop, and we're not using our steering sector as the stop for our turns. So let me put this back. Bear with me. Go back to the right. Now we can put this back down in there. And this way, this way we've made sure that our left lock is using the stop on the steering knuckle and not our steering sector. We don't want to damage that. So let's put this back on here, tighten it back down, and what we'll do is go to the opposite side. Basically what we have is 4 turns lock to lock inside the steering sector, but when we do our steering wheel, we only have 3.5 turns lock to lock. Okay. Back to the right. We're going back to the right, and now we've stopped, and we still have the rest of our play, or the rest of our travel, if you will, and we're still maintaining good joint arrangement here. See, we're not bound up. Now I pop this up out of here, and I'll finish turning to the right, and we'll see our sector is not our stop. Okay, we see that we still have steering sector travel. Now let's walk around to our passenger side, and here's where we can see the factory stop. Down in here, here's our factory stop, still has a gap in it. So it's using our steering knuckle as a stop, and since they welded this all together, I'll have to put a little cap on the end of it with a 5/16 nut, and that will stop our steering knuckle from being the steering stop. We don't want that happening either. So I think we've hit on success here with our pitman arm update and a, temporary drag link. So I think we've made with some success. So yay for us there. I'm happy about that. Okay. Get this back up in here. And we'll go ahead and put the nut back on it and get our steering sector straightened out. Back to center. Okay, that should do it. There we are. That's excellent news. So we'll go ahead and disassemble our arrangement here. Get this all taken apart. And we'll go ahead and clean all this up, gusset this up, Bernie Mac all this together, get it all welded up nice and neat, and paint it black. It'll never rust, right? Okay. Sounds good. Let's get that finished. With the finish welding completed on our pitman arm and our drag link, you know what time it is. Everyone's favorite time. A little click, clack, and with some duplicolor, DE 1634, low gloss black. Let's get these painted up, get the paint cured with the heat gun, get them back on the truck. Let's get this truck steering again. We have our pitman arm installed, our drag link installed, torqued down to specifications, cotter pins in, and lubricated. Next up, we need to cycle the engine while turning the steering wheel without the engine running. So we can get that done and we'll get the wheels back on this and give it a test. Okay, let's start it up and check the steering. Okay, we're going to turn to the left. Nice and smooth. That's it. Turn back to the right. Nice and smooth. That's it. Nice. And I think that should get us centered up again. Looking good. All right. Nice and smooth. So let's go ahead and check it out. Well, let's go ahead and start our truck and give her some steering action here. There's lock. Back to the left. Lock. Nice and smooth. That should be us straight now. Let's go check our power steering fluid. Yep. All straightened up. Okay. We don't see any leaks, so that's good. Our fluid reservoir looks full. Gotta love the sound of solid flat tappets. Clickety clack, clickety clack. All right, we're right up on the full line there. Looking good. I would say let's get it off the stand and off the stands and test it out. Let's do that. I want to thank everybody for tuning in and following along and checking out what's going on in the Burnout and Break Stuff shop. I appreciate all the subscriptions, the views, likes. It's all good stuff. Hopefully you enjoy some of the stuff that I do here and it's fun for you. I want to thank HTP and the customer service at HTP as well. I'd like to thank Summit and Layers for getting me the steering sector that I need for the 57 Power Wagon. I'd like to thank all the postal carriers. United States Postal Service, UPS, and FedEx. Everybody who helps get this stuff to my home so I can fix these, 50-plus-year-old Chrysler products. So thanks a lot for tuning in. I greatly appreciate everybody. And I want everyone to have a wonderful day. That's what's most important out of anything that we do, is that we find some time for some happiness. All right, folks. I hope you have a great day. Okay, let's give her a start. Hey there, Mr. Beetle. Let's put her in race verse. There we go. No, that's my brake stuck on. I think my brake is stuck on the transmission. This one has the brake on the. This one has the brake on the back of the transmission, like a drum brake. So it's been sitting here for a while with the. Yeah. All right. We got steering. That's crazy. Something this truck hasn't had in 12 years, steering. That's why I took it off the road. Let's see if we can get it stuck on flat, wet grass. Wow, steering. That's amazing. Has the turning radius of an Allis-Chalmers tractor. But it has steering again. Yay! Gotta like that. I need to adjust that mirror if I want to see anything behind me. Alright, start off in second here. Oh yeah, that's nice. There we go. How about that? The door shut all the way. There we go. Yeah, this is fun. Alright, they don't want me out on the highway, and nor do I want to be on the highway right now. So let's see about turning it around. How well it works. It's nice. Need to clean that windshield. Hey, the speedometer's working. We're doing our thing. We got the Beetle Bug in tow. Beetle Bug. Big old truck. We'll go ahead and park it back up under the deck where it once sat. Right there where my 77 Power Wagon's sitting. Oh, this is so much nicer than it's ever been. Amazing. Alright. We'll just go. I have to get the stuff out of the way from under there. Oh, this is nice. I love it. Ha ha! Yay! All right. What a great looking truck. Yeah, most definitely an excellent looking truck.